All over the country, federal workers continue to work without pay. Donald Trump and Pete Hegseth think they've come up with some tricky way to probably illegally pay soldiers during the shutdown, but not the rest of the workers. That said, while they're going without, congressional leaders, a lot of them are continuing to rake it in. And so constitutionally mandated paychecks are still flowing for Congress, which seems like that is a hole that should be patched. Why should they get paid, especially when they're not even in session right now? They're getting paid without working. Federal workers are working without getting paid. Doesn't seem like that's the way it should work. But that includes the leaders, by the way, of the Senate and the House on both the Republican and Democrat side. Senate Majority Leader John Thune, Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, Speaker of the House Mike Johnson, and House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries are all getting paid. And Forbes recently looked into how much money they have to help weather this shutdown, although again, they're still getting paid. And they dove into financial disclosures, real estate records, and public comments. And they found that, like you might expect, most of them are pretty wealthy with one interesting exception. And so Chuck Schumer, his estimated net worth is $7 million. He has been in the Senate for 103 years. And so, they didn't used to get paid as much as they did now. So, but it still adds up over time. It's the power of compound interest and never giving up power. By the way, found out from this Forbes report that he bought his Park Slope Brooklyn condo for $157,000 in 1982. Today it's worth about $3 million. A nice little return on investment. But also, like $157,000 seems like almost nothing by our standards. I think that was actually quite a bit of money back in 1982. So I feel like he's always kind of had some means. Over on the Republican side, John Thune not doing as well, $3 million. Although he's only 64 to Chuck Schumer 74. If he invests that in maybe a well-performing mutual fund, he could maybe match Chuck Schumer in 10 years. So he's doing okay. Hakeem Jeffries, only $2 million, still doing quite well compared to any of his constituents. But let's set them all aside. Mike Johnson is the youngest. He's 53 years old. He simultaneously looks 40 and 70 somehow. I don't know how he manages that. He's got that ageless quality, like an elf. But anyway, he's only worth $350,000. Now, many of you seeing that probably think, I would love to only be worth $350,000, but that does actually make him on like the lower end of not just leadership, obviously, we've just shown you the leadership, but like all of the members of the House, that's not actually that much. And it's not like he just got into the House, he's been around for a while. It's actually kind of interesting. Why hasn't he cashed in more? After all, every minute that he's been in the House, he's been able to engage in insider trading the same way the rest of them are. Clearly, he has not been getting the little tips from Donald Trump before he tweets out like devastating, tariff news or whatever so that he could short the market like some of them do. And so is this almost, and this is gonna seem super weird, again, he's got $350,000. He's in what, like the top 10% of all American households? I don't know the exact numbers, but he's doing okay for himself. But compared to the rest, it's almost admirable that he hasn't cashed in more. Don't worry, don't shed a tear for him. When he finally does leave the House, he'll start working for like big pharma or crypto or I don't know, marijuana or whatever, they all do, and he'll get paid. But like compared to the rest, he's not doing that well. I think that's kind of fascinating.